Section 1.2 Limits of Functions. Let's take a look at an application of limits in physics. Now, some of you might know the physics formula for velocity, but we want to go back to the very original definition of velocity as a limit in order to understand some applications. So example 4, we use the position function s of t equals negative 16t squared plus 450, which gives the height in phi of an object that has fallen for t second from height of 450 feet. The velocity at time t equals a seconds is given by the following. So t equals a second is limit t approach a, s of t minus s of a divided by t minus a. So this limit is pretty much like distance divided by time gives you the speed, except we want the instantaneous velocity. So if a construction worker drops a wrench from a height of 450 feet, how fast will the wrench be falling after 1 second? So that is the question. We need to understand what we're asking. How fast, meaning we want to find the velocity. So we have to apply this limit. And we say after 1 second, okay? So after 1 second, our 1 really represent the A. So we are looking for how fast, so the limit as t approach 1, s of t minus s of 1 divided by t minus 1. We are finding this limit. Now, then we just apply the formula. Limit t goes to 1. So first is your s of t, which is negative 16 t squared plus 450. Then you minus s of 1, okay? So what is s of 1? Is negative 16 times 1 square plus 450 divided by t minus 1. We'll simplify the expression in the numerator. So we have negative 16 t squared plus 450 minus negative 16, so it's like plus 16 minus 450. You see the 450 and the 450 here cancel. T minus 1. So we're looking for the limit minus 16 t squared plus 16 divided by t minus 1. Now we try to direct substitute t equals 1, we have a 0 denominator. So we have to either factor or do conjugate, and we don't have square root, so we try to factor. So if you look at the top, how do you factor? We have limit t goes to 1. So how do you factor this expression? Negative 16 t squared plus 16. First, we factor out the negative 16. Then we will have t squared. Now factor negative 16 out of 16, we get negative 1 left as a factor. If you're not sure, well, distribute the negative 16 to make sure you do get the original expression back. And we have t squared minus 1 is a difference of square. So we know this is factored as negative 16 t minus 1 t plus 1 all over t minus 1. So again, we have cancellation right here. And because we eliminate the troublemaker t minus 1, we can just direct substitute. We get negative 16 times t is 1 plus 1. So it's 2 times negative 16, negative 32, and the unit is feet per second. Why? Well, the unit for the distance is feet, and the unit for the time is second, feet over time, right? So feet per second. That's our answer for the velocity.